Well, good morning. We are trailer pumping one this morning. Not a lot of hose compared to what you've seen the last couple of videos of our trailer pump jobs, but it's still a trailer pump job. I was going to show y'all the difference. We're up in Durant, Oklahoma this morning doing a pool deck, and a lot of the concrete companies in the eastern part of the Metroplex, and not really specifically, but mostly the guys that are around the 75 corridor, they get their material from Stringtown, Oklahoma, which is up 75 a ways. Let me show you the difference. Thank you. Look at the dark gray and black. I hadn't seen that white before, but usually it's a black and a dark gray like that. And see how square these chips are? This is a granite up here. And when it crushes a square edge like that, and it's a darker stone. It's a pretty color. I like it, but that's the stuff we see that we get around Bridgeport is a limestone, and it's a lot lighter color, and when they crush it actually it's not as square and sharp edge as that granite is. That's a little more difficult. This stuff here is a little more difficult to pump, and it took me a while to kind of figure it out, because the way that rock is shaped, it's harder to flow through the hoses. So you typically need a lot more sand to get that spacing in that rock and keep that from plugging on you. I had a hard time with that for the first couple of years when I was pumping. Just didn't understand the material, and that's a key to pumping for these trailer pumps with the types of hoses you're using. And hold on, I got Bill looking for an address or a phone number. Out in these rural areas, a lot of these guys, they just give you an address and the 911 address. It may take you a few miles past the address or short of it. And used to, make the first right hand side corner, then go down to the windmill and make a left at the gate past the windmill. We used to get that kind of direction. Well, you don't get those directions anymore. You just get an address and they turn you loose. So just like this guy here, he's going, oh, you passed me a while back. So anyway, back to the rocks deal. It took me a while to figure out why I was having such a hard time pumping it, even though they were, I go round and round with dispatch about it being a 50-50 mix and having enough sand, because it's pumping like hell. The pump doesn't like it. The hoses are jumping around and you're fighting to get it through the hoses. And we had to adjust the sand on that because those flatter edged rocks just did not accept that as well as a rounder edged rock. So little learning curve for you, and maybe that might help somebody figure out why they're having maybe some issues with the type of rock. This is a smaller rock here. They're stamping all this, so they want a smaller rock, like this 3/8 half-inch rock. It pumps a little easier with the sand like that. So, but it makes it nice that way. But they're putting their color on it over there. Oh, I hope you only fogged up. They've got some of their edges done over here. They're starting to, got the color in, got this floated down. Yeah, we're waiting on another 8 yards of concrete now. To finish this up, but I've had some people ask me, do we go up to Oklahoma? Because we're not that far. It's about a 45-minute drive from where I live up close to Marietta and Ardmore. But Durant is about a 2-hour drive over here. But luckily, we don't get many phone calls to come over here, just because it's such a far drive. So yeah, that'll give you a chance to look at see that color of the stone and see the differences of that. Well, we get another truck here, we'll get things situated and turn the camera back on. But right now, we're gonna get the truck next to coffee. Talk to you in a little bit. Pressure. I went to the cycle, it stopped up. I had to reverse it. Really? Set up a little bit, I guess. The water ran out of it. Yeah. Pressure come back down now. See, we got this. It doesn't look that dry, but with that flatter rock, it's giving us some trouble now. What's the gauge? I'm gonna have to work it to get it out. See it pressured out then? I'm gonna reverse it. Just gonna have to work it out. It'll go. I just gotta work with it. Truck, it's come down a little bit as that line gets cleared out. They were coming back down some more here. It's just that flatter rock. Pressure than I like, especially for I'm only having 150 foot of hose on. It ought to be somewhere right down in here around, I don't know, around 60, 80 bar here, and it's stopping at, we're at 100 now. It's still giving us a little bit of a fit. Someone was asking me the other day how I clean my hoses, and if they're all in a line, we try to blow them out, and that sack we use to blow out with, that'll clean them out pretty well. But if we're just taking them off and as we're breaking down, then I just spray some water in it, try to clean the outside. And then just, you know, I'll probably put about 3 or 4 gallons in it, so now I'm just gonna roll it out. And that usually gets all the big crumbs out of there. Show you, but there'll be a little bit of sediment and rock come out, see there? But for most part, that hose is clean enough for the next job. I mean, that's all about 2 cups worth come out of there. So there can be some residue in there, but when you unload your hoses and roll them, that residue will fall right out. So. Oh, it's gonna be a pretty day. Golly, we should be fishing. We shouldn't be working today. unfortunately, fishing don't pay the electric bill. If y'all want to learn more about concrete work, I've come on to a channel on YouTube with Mike Day. Y'all look him up. He's up from the Northeast, and I think Maine is where he's out of, but he does a lot of different things, but all pertaining to concrete work, different finishes, different setups, and does a really good job explaining the process and how things are. I was gonna help them move that hose, but they got what they wanted. And that I know of, he's recently discovered me. We've been talking back and forth on the comments, and which I greatly appreciate it. Him taking the effort to watch some of my videos and make comments. But y'all check his channel out if y'all haven't, which I'm sure you have if you're in the concrete work. Get that steel pulled up for him. Yeah, y'all go check out Mike Day on YouTube, and I'm sure it'll come up when you put it in the search engine if you haven't already found him, and check his channel out. And but I think if you like concrete work and finishing and learning how, it's a good channel to go to. Guys, they're working around their drain. They got a drain there, got a drain over here. They're having to shape this patio to where it'll all drain to the drains. So you can see they're screeding over here. You can see the red and the white. Right, got the drain over there. So he's at the top of his ridge here. Then they'll start making that slope back to that drain that way. Makes it a little more difficult to bull float though, because you got to really pay attention to how, if you walk that concrete down or anything, you want to make sure it's still going to the drains. All right, we're fixing to move some hose. All right, we just shut the truck off. Foster's pumping down. We're gonna work that around a little bit. All right, we got the reserve gas air compressor going now. So yeah, I got bad news about my other Honda. They said the motor was trashed on it, so I think I'm just gonna buy a new 5.5 horsepower motor and put it on there. The pump and the pontoons and all that's still good. I just needs a motor. But that Subaru one I got from Home Depot, I didn't like that. I never liked that compressor. It just never, I don't know, I just never had a good feeling about that compressor. At times it was hard to start. It's kind of boxy, bulky. We are getting the air compressor problem fixed though. Had some great suggestions too. But got about 80 feet left, 85. Have them pull the hose back just a little bit. Yeah. Just pull the hose back a little bit.
Poquito, Julio, para atrás. Donde no agarre muchote para que esté librecito.
giving Foster the hand signals where you take the air off but plug the hole, that way the pressure stays on it. Or you give him that just unlet the hose, let the pressure off. Or you give him the connecting. Trying to get the back just a little bit. It's still moving, slow. I'm gonna have it connected just for a second. There it went. Well, we got that one done. Everything cleaned up and loaded up. So we are heading back home. Get everything ready to go for in the morning. So that's what we're. So thank y'all for watching again. I hope it was a exciting video. I get kind of worried that y'all get bored watching pumping all the time, but that's what we do. Day in, day out. So anyway, don't forget, if you hadn't subscribed, please subscribe. His channel's done excellent. It'll be a year old. It was a year old January 1st. So no, 2 years old January 1st. So it's exceeded my expectations. It's because of y'all, and I really appreciate that. So anyway, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing and see what happens. But y'all stay safe, stay hydrated, and we'll talk to you later.